All right. Take a look at what you can see up on the screen. Yesterday was a pretty big day, and that you noticed so many things. We read about the bald eagle, and you noticed so many, we call them nonfiction text features, which are just things in a nonfiction book that you don't see in a regular book. So we already knew that a nonfiction book means it's true and that you're usually going to see real photos in the book and that it's going to teach us something. Now, yesterday, some of the nonfiction text features that we noticed were the glossary, the contents, an index, and bold words. And do you know what I really love? Is I challenged you at the end to keep an eye out for those when you were reading your books. And guess what? Some friends totally took that challenge. I had some friends show me they either had a book in their book box and they were like, look, I have contents in here. I even had a friend who was on Raz Kids and said, look, there is a glossary in here. So I love that you are noticing these nonfiction things in your own books, whether it be in a paper book or in a Raz Kids book. So we are going to take a look at another book today, hopefully, and we are going to keep our eyes out. Does it have a glossary? Does it have contents? Does it have an index? Does it have a bold word? Does it have anything else that makes it different than a regular fiction book? Okay? All right. And that's enough. Take a look inside Liberty Bell. I want you to listen. Are you going to hear some of the same things that you heard yesterday? Do you hear something different? Also, be on the lookout for nonfiction text features. Does this book have oh, here we go. You'll see. I know. There we go. So what do you see at the very beginning of the book here? Cooper? Yeah, the Liberty Bell. And what nonfiction text feature is next to the Liberty Bell? Ridge? The contents. You're always going to see contents at the beginning of the book, because what is the job of the contents? Do you know what the contents do? Paige? Yeah, it tells you what the book's going to be about and where you can find different things. All right, the Liberty Bell. We'll just be like, yeah, slow-mo. Here we go. What is the Liberty Bell? The Liberty Bell is a bell that was made more than 200 years ago. It was made to mark the first 50 years of the state of Pennsylvania. Remember, Link told us we could find it in Pennsylvania, in the city of Philadelphia. All right, a national symbol. The Liberty Bell was a normal bell when it was first made. Over the years, the bell came to stand for freedom. The words. Oh, somebody was asking about what the word said on there. A line from the Bible is written on the bell. It is about liberty, which we know liberty means freedom, right? Yeah. So it's got part of a Bible verse on there. Uh-oh. There we go. In need of repair. The bell was made in England, but it cracked when it was rung. A second bell was made in Pennsylvania. This bell was made with the same metal from the first bell. like blurry. I know, it's like I was scooting the book over to find, there we go. Sounding the bell. The Liberty Bell was built to make the sound of a music note. The bell was rung to let people know of important events. So this is kind of cool. You can see underneath there is the part that hits the side of the bell. There's the crack right there.
I can't see it.
Well, I tried to point at it, but you know. It's...
I can see it.
No, you'll see. My finger will pop up here, right there. That's the part that hits the side of the bell.
Where's the crack? I see it.
And then, just a second, right there where I'm pointing, I know it's hard to see, but is the crack in the bell. All right. Oh, we did not look at this. Becoming an icon. There we go. A group of people started calling the bell the Liberty Bell. The group wanted all people to be free. So we noticed the other day when we learned about the eagle that we could find the eagle on the quarter and the dollar. This is a $50, which you don't see quite as often as you do quarters or dollars. But this is the $50, which is worth 50 cents. And you can see the Liberty Bell on the back of the $50. And there's an eagle next to it too. Do you see the eagle next to it? All right, the last crack. After many years of use, a crack began to show in the Liberty Bell. The Liberty Bell is still cracked today. On the road. The Liberty Bell was taken to many places around the country. This let more people see the bell. In 1915, the bell came back to Pennsylvania to stay. Hang on. The Liberty Bell today, there it is. The Liberty Bell now hangs in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It is in a place where it can be seen by visitors. It has not been used as a bell since 1846. Oh, and here, hang on, just a minute.
The keywords.
Let's go. There we go. At the very back, it says key words. What do you think that is? Key words. What do you think that could be? Benson, what do you think key words are? Oh, that's a good guess. That's the last time we heard about a key. Ridge, what do you think? Yeah, so the keywords is the same thing as the glossary. Remember how the glossary tells us what some words mean? This is showing us some important words that we can find in the book. All right, let's go. I'm going to pull up our list here really quick, and let's see which of the things we were able to find in the book, because I think we saw some of these, but not all of them. So let's do a check. Was this book real and true? Yes. Did it have real photos? Yes. Did it teach us something? Yes. Did it have a glossary? Yeah, it was a little bit different. It was the key words in the back. Did it have a table of contents? Yes, remember that was at the very beginning that told us what the book was about. Did this book have an index? Did it?
No.
Yeah, usually, remember I told you yesterday that index you find at the end, and it tells us where we can find things. And I didn't notice one in this book. And then finally, bold words. Did you notice any bold words in this book? No, remember those are the darker black words that they really want us to pay attention to. I did not notice any of those in the book either. There is something I did notice in the book that I would like to show you. I'm just going to pick a page, any page. It'll pop up, when it feels like it. So let's go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, here we go. So I noticed on each page, before it gave us the words to read, like here it says the Liberty Bell was a normal bell when it was first made. Over the years, the bell came to stand for freedom. But before that, I noticed these big, here, I'm going to come up here and point. There you can see where I'm pointing. You can see these bigger words at the top that says a national symbol. So it kind of tells us what the page is going to be about. And actually, I noticed that on the Bald Eagle book yesterday, and I noticed it on each page of the Liberty Bell book that we are reading today. And do you know that those actually have a name too? On each page, when it tells us what the page is going to be about, that is called, we're going to add something new to the list. No, it is called
American symbols?
No, it's called, we'll see when it pops up on Ladybug here.
Mysterious Sir?
Oh, there it goes. Those are called headings. And the way I think about headings is how your head is on the top of your body? The headings are usually at the top of the page, and they tell you what the page is going to be about. So you'll notice on many nonfiction books, you'll see a heading at the top that tells you this page is about the bell cracked, or this page is about where is the bell. And then it gives you more words down below as we are reading. Okay, so my challenge to you today remains the same. As you are reading your books today, either on Raz Kids or on a paper book, see if you can find, does your book have real photos? Does it have a glossary? Does it have contents at the beginning that's going to tell you what the book is about? Does it have an index at the end that tells you where you can find things in the book? Does it have big, bold words? Or does it have headings that tell you what the page is about? So that's your challenge today, is to see if you can find, if you're reading a book today, to see if you can find any of those things in a non-fiction book. Are you going to find them in a fiction book? No. So if you're reading a Froggy book, are you going to find bold words? No. Probably not. If you are reading a Pigeon book, are you going to find a table of contents? Probably not. If you are reading, if you are reading Poor Puppy, are you going to find a glossary to tell you what the words mean? Probably not. These are non-fiction text features to be on the lookout for.